welcome to Old Time Knits. This is episode 43. Today is February something 6th, February 7th, 2025. I'm not really even sure. Welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been with me before. My name is Marie, and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire in the northeast of the USA. This is my channel where I talk all about all of my love for the fiber arts, mostly knitting, sometimes crochet, sometimes spinning, and sometimes I get off track onto other things. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Lots to talk about today. I have 7 finished objects that I'm going to share today, a couple of whips, a little bit on acquisitions. I'm going to talk about the Get Gifting Make-Along that's currently happening, that I'm hosting. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our winter woodland retreat that we are fresh off of attending. So, all right, I'm going to jump right in first with finished objects. And my first one is a pair of socks. These are my car knitting socks. They've been on the needles for quite some time, and I finally just decided to finish them off. They are a DK weight sock done on a US 3.25 millimeter needle, just a plain vanilla sock. Nothing fancy here. It's the yarn that does the talking. So the yarn is Nicole Mendez. It's on her Soft Sock DK, which is 80% virgin wool, extra fine merino, and 20% nylon, and the color is Spooky Town. You can find her on Etsy, and everything I talk about I will link in the show notes down below. So I don't have a specific recipient in mind for these. They are part of my gift giving. They I have 2 or 3 people in this size range. This is a woman's like 8-ish. So yeah, so that is my first finished gift for this episode, and I did finish them in February, so this will be my first gift knit for February. So that is finished object number 1. Sorry, and for the heels on that, I just pulled a random skein from my stash. I believe this is Expression Fiber Arts in their DK weight. I don't know, it's a great raspberry color. I thought it went really well with it. So, all right, that is finished object number 1. Sorry, I'm surrounded by stuff. Finished object number 2. I cast this on just prior to going to our winter woodland retreat so that I would have a couple of, mindless projects for social knitting, because it for sure is social there. So this is just a simple hat. Nothing fancy. It's a 3x1 rib hat. I did not have a pattern. I just made it up as I went along, and got the decreases pretty good on it. And all right, let me talk about it. This is done on a US 6 and a US 8. The ribbing was done on a US 6, and the body of the hat was done on a US 8, which is a 5 millimeter. Okay, so the rim or the brim of the hat, I used Patton's Classic Wool, and this is in the, it just says natural mix. It's a worsted weight, and it is 100% pure new wool. So this is readily available at most of the like Joann's or Michael's. And then the yarn that I'm using is some of my hand spun. This was a really loose spin. I hadn't spun for a while, and I went back to it, and it just was, it was kind of loosey-goosey, and it's definitely a pretty thick thing. So So what I did was I purchased wool of the Andes in unspun roving, and I spun it up, and this is the Lake Ice Heather color. Beautiful color. And so I didn't get a huge amount off of that. It was 100 grams, but I sure did get enough for a hat, and I was really happy with the way that this this knit up. I mean, it's obvious that it's not perfect, but I don't care. So let's see if I can get this put on for you here. There we go. Fits good. It's a beanie style. Haven't decided if I'm going to put a pom-pom on it or not. So again, I probably will gift this. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so that was a real quick, easy knit, and it was fun because it's in my hand spun, and I love to be able to do that. And using a budget-friendly yarn also in combination with it is nice as well. So that is finished object number 2. All right. Finished object number 3 is another pair of socks. Here they are. Do have 2 of them. These are a sample knit for my local yarn store. Look at this yarn. So fun, right? Just does all of this on its own. These are a fingering weight yarn. You heard me. Fingering weight on a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle. And I had to do I did not have to. Back up. There's our 56 stitch sock. And I did a really long leg so that we could get most of the striping and the color on it. If I had only done a little bit, we would have lost a lot. It's a long, I think it's just like one repeat the whole way down. Anyway, I'm babbling. These are for my local yarn store, the Elegant U in Concord, New Hampshire. This is a new yarn for them, new sock yarn, and it is the Lines du Nord Eclectic Sock. And that is how it knits up. It's crazy. It's fun to knit this kind of a thing. It's the color number 06 is what it was. And so even with that long leg, it was 20 rows on the cuff, which is here, and then 82 rounds to here. So, and then I think I did 60 rounds and the toe. So that's a pretty long sock. And even at that, I still had leftovers with additional repeats on them. So I had to stop somewhere. But I think you could probably, let's see how many grams are on this. Oh, it is 100 grams, 458 yards, but I think you probably could have gotten like a normal pair of socks, not such a long leg, and a pair of shorties out of this, or close to it. But the color is so fun, and I'm really pleased that I got them pretty close to matching. And they will be so pleased. So yeah, so that's good to have that done, because now I can go visit the yarn store. Like I need a reason, right? All right, that's finished object number 3. And finished object, sorry, I'm off screen there. Oh. Finished object number 4, I have had off the needles for quite some time. While we were at our retreat, before we went to our retreat, we chose a project by searching in Ravelry with using the name Woodland as part of the pattern name. And we had so much fun with this. Everybody, it was a secret project. Nobody knew what each other was doing. And we had quite a few projects, and boy, were they beautiful. I'll try and find my pictures and insert them probably at the end of the video. But anyway, all that to say, here is my project. I hope that you can see this. This is so pretty, right? The Woodland Magic Shawl from Vanessa Coscarelli Black, or Vanessa Knits. And I loved this. The texture on this hooked me in. A couple of episodes back, I did a pair of little blue mittens. I'll try and find a picture of them. And I loved the texture on this so much that I put it down the front of the blue mittens. It's so pretty and so easy. All right, let's see. This was done on a US 8 5mm needles, and the yarn that I used is a worsted weight, is Murky Depths in their Sanctuary base, which is 100% non-superwash merino. There's 218 yards in the colorway drab. Oh, sorry, not focusing so good there. I used a little over, well, probably 2.5 skeins. This is what I have left. And it was the most yummy, squishy, beautiful yarn to knit with. I was really impressed with that. So yeah, the Woodland Magic Shawl. And I really like it. It really just falls nicely on your shoulders. Today's a really cold and snowy day here, so this is just the kind of thing. It's the perfect size. It's not too big, and it stays up on my shoulders nicely, so I'm very happy with that. Like I said, at the end I will pop in some pictures, if I can find them, of the rest of the everybody, the attendees projects. There were some amazing projects. So yeah, so that is the Woodland Magic Shawl. That was finished object number 4. Sorry, I have a lot. All right, finished object number 5. Super excited about. And then the last podcast, I showed you this one. And this is for my youngest grandson next year for the gift along. He will be 26 months, I think I said. So I did the smallest size in the pattern for him. And then I finished brothers. So I have both of them. Aren't they sweet? Wow, this yarn's really nice. So this is the Basic Children's Vest by Knit Pure and Simple. I did the size 2 and the size 3. I was off gauge. Can't quite remember the situation. I think I had less stitches than gauge, but I really liked this fabric. So this is a bottom-up construction, and then you do the fronts separately and the back separately, and it's a 3 needle bind off at the shoulders. You go back and you pick up around the neckline. And this pattern doesn't, it has you go around the neckline and then back 5 or 6 times, and then you sew it down. You attach it down, which I'm not always the best at doing that, but I guess it's okay. It's just for the boys. Just the boys. So I'm very excited about that. All right, I did this. I have no idea what I did this. I lost my information. I'm sorry. It is done on West Yorkshire Spinners, The Croft, and this is an Aran weight. It's 100% Shetland wool, and the color is called Delting. This is beautiful yarn. So I had 3 skeins, and I used 2 and probably a third of the skein. Beautiful yarn, really nice yarn. So I think this was done on a US 5 for the rib and 7 for the body, I'm pretty sure. So Yeah, there's two Christmas gifts right there that are for sure. I know who they're going to. Super happy with them. All right, so that, boom. Another finished object. Okay, and my last finished object, um, let me backtrack. I do have my Felix cardigan completed. However, it is a big rumpled, crumpled mess right now because it has been in a project bag for a week or so. And it's not blocked, and I need to get buttons. So I decided to hold on to that one for the next episode, and I would have something to share. And the last finished object I have, I showed this, I did not show this. I shared this as a pattern suggestion for the gift along, and it is called the Citrus Coaster. And so I made one because I wanted to try it. So this is a pattern by Donna Knits Design, and it is a crochet pattern. It is done on a size C 2.75 millimeter crochet hook, and it is done with a cotton yarn. Now mine came out, I will show you a picture of what it should be. Mine came out a little bit larger because I'm a relatively rookie at most crochet. I can figure my way through it, but I haven't made a whole lot of things other than a few crochet blankets. But this is so cute. It is so easy and so sweet. It is done in a cotton yarn. Now they recommend, like they said, each coaster is 4 inches. I think mine's probably closer to 5 or 5.5 inches across. So it's definitely a little bit bigger, but it's still pretty cute. And they recommend a fingering weight. DMC Senso 100% cotton, which they said is a discontinued yarn, sorry. But fingering weight anyway. But I think this is a little bit thicker yarn, and I don't actually know what this is. This was just a ball in my stash, and I want to say it is, I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby, or it is K&C from Joanne Fabrics. I honestly, there was no band on it, so I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, I thought I would try one of those because what a great little gift. I mean, you don't have to do them coaster size. I don't know. I probably need to go down a needle size or maybe do one less repeat. I have no idea how to solve the problem on crochet, but it doesn't really bother me. I mean, these are really cute anyway. Or technically I could just leave the edging off and that would be the size of a coaster, but whatever. So I thought I did okay considering I don't have much experience with all of those kind of things. I don't have any experience with gauge on crochet. I mean, it's just not something I do a whole lot of. So, all right. So that is my, lies, more lies. That is not my final finished object. I have one more. I did a test knit for, I cannot remember. Craft Beliza. Anyway, this is another crochet pattern, and this is just a little hat. It's my first time doing a crochet hat, but I liked it because it kind of looks like the knit stitches. I haven't blocked this. She didn't want us to block it. She said she doesn't believe in blocking, but I think this will change this immensely, blocking it. This is the pattern. Beanie Amico. I don't know if it's been released yet. It was a little while ago. So anyway, I just did it so that I could learn how to do it. And the yarn that I used is Ella Rae in the classic wool. It's a superwash. And it is the color, it's a worsted weight. It's the color Aztec Purple. And this is what I have left. So I did not use much. Did the smallest size in the pattern. It was just a toddler size. So yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's okay. For my first time, and now I understand the construction more. And would I do it again? Yeah, I would actually. It's quite a simple thing. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be more complicated, and it is done flat, and then you seam it, and your seam is integrated into it, so you don't really see it. So yeah, I just stuck my yarn ball up in there so so I don't have a purpose for this. I did this for the experience, and it was a good experience, and I learned a lot. So yeah, I promise that is my final finished object. I forgot to say what I'm wearing today. I am wearing the Turtle Dove by Espace Tricot. This is one of my earlier knits. I don't even have a Ravelry project page on it, so it was before I started doing that. You can't really see it, but it is a very easy pattern. It has a rather deep raglan on it, and it is pretty boxy on me. I'm not going to stand up, but anyway, I did this in Woolfolk Luft, which is a very light and airy, very light and very airy, and it doesn't have too much of a pilling problem. I'm pretty happy with how it's worn. I think this was 2021 I did this back in. And I like it because it's very, very lightweight, but it's toasty. But I don't feel sweaty in it. So I forgot to say that. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to move on to whips. And today I have one in my Mrs. Brown's bag, which I love this. It's just a bucket bag. It's got a flat bottom on it. I have had that for quite some time. Okay, so my first project is a pair of socks. It is. These are for Hubs. He requested if I could make him a longer leg because he wears work boots to work every day, and they rub on the back of his leg if the sock's not long enough. So I did do that. I did a 25 round cuff, and then I think a 40 round leg, and this is a DK weight, and yeah, and I'm to the toes, I think, or close to the toe. I think I do 50 rounds on his foot. Anyway, the yarn is really good, and it's called Online, which I have used this brand before, Super Sock. It's the cottage colorway. So there's more yardage on this. It is a 6-ply. It's 150 grams, and it's 375 meters, and it's 75 superwash wool and 25% polyamide. Yeah. So it's a 6-ply, and it's a little bit thicker. And they recommend a 3 US or a size 3 to 4 on millimeter on a needles. So I'm using a US 3.25 millimeter, and I actually split my skein into 2 cakes, and so there was a lot of yardage on this. I guess they consider it more like a sport, but I'm knitting it up like a DK, and it's great. I think that this is going to be a great wearing yarn as well. So it's a commercial yarn, and he doesn't care what color I make his socks, but he will be happy that these are a little bit longer. So yeah, this is the first one, and then the second one will go quick. All right, and then the yarn that I'm using as the contrast is this. I love this. And this is Rose Hill yarn, and it is in her DK 245 yards, 75/25, and it's the Tawny Owl colorway, which I super love, and I thought it went very, very well with that. So yeah, so those are on the needles for him, and I'm anxious to get them done for him because a couple of his other pair of socks just are not quite long enough. Okay, my next work in progress is called the Desire Paths Neck Warmer. It is, whoa, this looks so bright on screen. And it is a simple cowl. It does button, and you'll see in the picture that it has a couple of buttons. So it's knit flat and not seamed, just held together with buttons. And I started this yesterday and I am halfway. So it is going to be a quick knit. I also wanted to feature this as part of the Get Gifting pattern suggestions. All right, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. It's a 20 stitch gauge on a US 7 needle. Very simple mosaic slip stitch pattern. The thing that drives me nuts about patterns is this. See this? It's constantly, it just keeps flipping up. And even blocking, after blocking, sometimes those things continually happen. And it's when you go from garter stitch to stockinette. And if anybody has a suggestion on how to avoid that, I would really appreciate it. It does not show it flipping up in the picture, so I'm hopeful maybe blocking might help it, but we'll see. Anyway, I just went to Stash and grabbed this out of it, and it is Hue Loco in her Merino DK, 100% superwash Merino in 230 yards on 100 grams, and it is in the currant color. Beautiful yarn, really soft, really really nice, just very bouncy, very squishy, very, very squishy. So I thought that that was a nice color for that. And this is such an easy pattern. It goes so fast and fantastic little gift knit. So I think I'm probably going to do another one of these right away because I just enjoyed it so much. It's a 4-row repeat. It does not require a whole lot of thinking. Yeah, so there we go. And that is the only other thing I currently have on my needles. I cleared my needles, and I do have a sweater that I'm going to be casting on, but I'm waiting for somebody else to finish some projects. So, because we're going to knit it together. So, you know who you are. Anyway, speaking of that though, before I move on, so the cardigan that will be next on my needles is called the Ramona, and I have done the pullover, and I have wanted to do the Ramona cardigan for quite some time. So while we were at our retreat, we went to Harrisville Designs, which is the most amazing place ever. I'm sorry to say I did not take any footage because I was just having too much fun. Too much fun. I'm sure that you could appreciate that, and anybody who went with me also knows how much fun we had. So anyway, I am rambling. What I purchased was for that Ramona cardigan. I will make sure I have a picture of it. And this is what I purchased, and it's Peace Fleece. There's 200 yards, and it's a worsted weight. This is something superior green. I do not know how to say that. It is Navajo Rambouillet and domestic fine wool and 25% mohair. And the cardigan that I'm doing is on a really big a good size gauge. It's a 15 or 16 stitch gauge, I think. So this will knit up really, really fast, this color. Oh, so beautiful. So, so beautiful. My friend also bought this piece fleece for it as well. So very excited to get that on the needles pretty soon. And other than that, I don't have any goals just yet. I really haven't had a chance to look and peruse my library too much. I'm certain there's something I could cast on. So we'll see about that. And then one other little quirky thing that I wanted to share with you guys before we go on to the Get Gifting pattern suggestions. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that I am a lover of old things and antiques, hence the reason for old time in my name. Well, I forgot all about this and recently found this, but I don't know who this would fit. Maybe Bigfoot. But I thought I would share it with you so you could all appreciate how much it would take to knit this pair of socks. Look at the size of this wooden blocker. It's huge. I mean, huge. I don't know, literally Bigfoot. But I thought you all could appreciate that. It would probably be a full skein for one sock of fingering weight yarn. It's crazy. And it's actually bigger in person, I think. Crazy. I thought you would all appreciate that. All right, that's enough of that. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Get Gifting pattern inspiration section. And before I do that, I just want to remind you that the Get Gifting Make-Along is a year-long process where we are all joining together as a community and making gifts all year instead of in the height and fury of the holiday season. I have opened a Ravelry thread. There's lots going on over there. It's very exciting to be able to continue to connect with you guys and having you share pictures and all of that. And I do have a hashtag, which I will put here. It is GetGiftingMal2025. I don't really have any rules, so just have fun and let's get our gift knitting done so we can enjoy our holidays instead of stressing over them. So, all right, let's get on with it for some pattern ideas. I do have notes in front of me, so pardon me for looking down. The first step on my list is the Riptide Mitts by Jennifer Shields Toland. I have made these. They're wonderful, easy, fun, nice knit. They are a DK weight. It takes one skein or less than one skein. They are done on a US 5 3.75 millimeter needle. There are 3 sizes, a small, medium, and large, and they are worked from the cuff to the fingers in the round in a lace stitch and a broken rib. Very easy knit, very nicely written. Jennifer has some great patterns. In addition to the mitts, I believe that there is a scarf, a shawl, a hat, and a vest in that same Riptide collection. So lovely, simple, not hard to do, beautiful gift idea. So that was the first one. The second one is called, it's a cowl. It's called Getting Warmer, and it's by Espace Tricot. It is done in a bulky yarn, and it's the same yarn as my sweater that I'm wearing. It's Woolfolk Luft, very light and lofty. It is a 15 stitch gauge on a US 10 6 millimeter needle, and it takes about 317 yards. I really feel like this would be a great gift for pretty much anybody. The next one I chose was for a baby knit, and it is called The Beloved. It's by Tin Can Knits. Adorable baby bonnet. I don't even know if they wear baby bonnets anymore, but I would make this. I would be in love if somebody gave me this. How cute is this? It's done on a US 6 4mm needle and a DK weight yarn. There are 5 sizes on this pattern, and it takes from 85 to 175 yards. What a sweet, sweet, sweet gift. It's just adorable. So either for a baby shower or a baby for holiday knitting. So yes, so that is for the new babes. Okay, the next one, sorry if I'm moving fast. The next one is just pure fun in my eyes. I recently came across this and I absolutely want to make one of these, and it's a very versatile pattern. Anyway, it is called, excuse me, The Book Snake by Han Lee. It is done in a worsted weight on an 8-stitch gauge on a US 6 4mm needle. That's not to say that you couldn't make this on any size with any size needles. It would just alter the size of the actual snake. And since it's the year of the snake for the Chinese New Year, I thought this was really fun. Talk about a great scrappy project. The idea here is that every time you read a book, you do a stripe. And it's just the cutest thing. I thought it would be fun for any young child would appreciate that, or a teenager. I mean, who wouldn't love that? You don't have to do it in worsted weight. You could do it in fingering weight on a smaller needle, and there you go. So I thought that was pretty fun. All right, and then the final pattern suggestion I have is a crochet pattern. It is a free pattern. It is called Puffy Clouds Face Scrubby. It is done in a worsted weight cotton. I think they suggest either the sugar and cream or I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. It's on a G hook, which is a 4mm. And they basically do 3 or 4 of them and group them together, tie them up with some twine, and you have a really nice gift. So I hope that you are inspired by these patterns. Please come jump over on the Ravelry group if you're on there, and just say hello and share some photos if you want, or just tell me what you're making. And if you're not on Ravelry, you can email me. My information is in the description box below the video. Or you can leave me a comment here and let me know, are you participating? Are you doing gift knitting? Or what's on your needles? Anything. You guys know I love the comments. So that is that for the gift along. Okay, and now on to a little bit of other things. We just came back from our winter woodland retreat, which we had from January 26th through the 29th in the Monadnock region here in New Hampshire. We had the beautiful rustic log home with a massive amount of people and bedrooms, and it was, I shouldn't say massive amount of people. There was a dozen of us all together, which was perfectly sweet if you ask me. I would like to give a shout out to all of my attendees. Are you ready? Jan, Jean, Jeannie, Joyce, Judy, Julie, Dolores, Lena, Melissa, Mary, and Sue. That was a mouthful of J's, wasn't it? These people, all these women all came, and everybody just jived, and there was no weird feelings. It was as if we had known each other the whole time, and it was just fabulous. I cannot say enough about attending this, and I'm so grateful and so thankful to have found all of you people, and it really was just the most amazing weekend. We sat by a fire all the time. It was going all the time. It was cozy. We knit, we ate, we laughed some more, and we laughed some more. it really was just the best time ever. I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to welcome all of you new friends and old into my life. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you, and it just means the world. So thank you. All right, and other than that, nothing really much going on here. I have been, knitting my little heart out. I am in my off season, but that's coming to a close pretty soon. Soon we will be back in greenhouses, believe it or not, because we start in mid-February, and I cannot wait. It's my favorite time of the year. All-time favorite at work. So, all right, everybody, I think I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, leave me a comment because I just love jibber-jabbering with you all. Take it easy. If you enjoyed my video, please share, please like, please subscribe. It helps me grow. And thank you again so much for joining me. All the best, and I will see you soon. Bye.